Welcome back to
Welcome back
to another episode of the Weebu Slice podcast, where you get your weekly anime
gaming
news, reviews, and discussions. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back.
So the first thing we gotta do, we gotta get the YouTube stuff out the way. So make sure you like,
comment,
subscribe, and share this video. We've been pushing out content every week for you guys, so please support us. Now, for our first topic of the day, we're going to talk about spring anime. What you should be watching,
because we put the hours in so you don't have to.
So, what's anime you've been watching that's coming up from the spring catalog?
The spring catalog. So, as you know, Crunchyroll put out a list of all the new anime. I think it's maybe about 15. I would say out of the 15 that I watched, some of the ones that stuck out to me was, I have to say, season 2 of How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, which is really good. Obviously, it's about a demon lord who gets summoned to a world that he actually was playing the game, and next you know, he gets sucked into the world, and now he has to deal with everything, and he's a little bit socially awkward, so it's a bit interesting to see how he reacts to things, and him being the max level, so everything is just like a fly. So I think that's one of the best.
So you've been telling me you just watched the whole series from beginning to end, right? You just watched season 1, then you just watched that and went to season 2.
Exactly.
Was it worth it?
I would say yes. I give it a B+.
A B+?
B+.
I watched season 1, but it's been so long, so I don't remember actually what happened in the whole series. So I'm like, I think about going back.
I think it was pretty good. So I would highly recommend, if you don't have anything to watch, definitely put it on your radar.
My recommendation for the spring anime will be Tokyo Revenge. Now, most people probably already watched it, but Tokyo Revenge is my #1 show for the spring anime.
Ooh.
So just put it out there. My grade for it will be an A. And not even going to ask me. I'm not even going to say what your grade is. You can speak for yourself.
Go ahead and sell everybody on it. Tell everybody out there what it is about this anime that you like and what's going on in this anime that gives it an A for you.
So the first episode was pretty good, and I was hyped even from the first episode. So I'm gonna give you a brief summary. Spoiler alert! I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. So he was one of them guys who was kind of introvert. He was at home chilling, and he seen two people on TV on the news get murdered, and he's like, hold on, I recognize those names. And he's like, hold on, I used to date the girl, and I know her little brother. So he walking around, and he's like socially awkward and all that stuff, and people like bullying him. He got into it with like these kids was keying his dude's car, and the dude was like, what y'all doing? And they blamed him, and he got in trouble for it. And then he was on his way to somewhere, they didn't say where, but he was on a train station, and he got pushed into the subway. Well, the train is actually incoming. And boom, we thought he died, but he actually went back 7 years back to middle school. So he get to redo everything.
So he's reminiscing.
No, he's not reminiscing. He just went back in time.
Okay.
So once he got back into middle school, he was like a punk again. He's like, hold on, who's this guy with this yellow hair and these baggy pants and stuff? And he's like, oh, that's me. I went back in time. So he was with his old gang. They thought they was tough. They thought they was gonna beat up people and all that stuff. And he was bragging how his cousin.
Gang wars.
Yeah, he was bragging how his cousin was in the gang and all that stuff. And then they met up with the gang, and the gang just whooped the crap out of him. And his cousin actually was their little errand boy. Like, go get us some pop, go get us some snacks, and go and do what we say.
So he was fronting. The cousin was fronting out.
Yes, he was fronting. He definitely was fronting.
Okay.
So after that, pardon the little noise out there, but yeah, he was actually a front boy for them, and then they got beat up, and they're like, dang, your cousin, I thought your cousin was, higher up in the gang. And he was like, I thought the same thing. So he actually, fast forward, they was walking home after they got their butt whooped. He thought, hold on, let me go check on the girl that got killed in the beginning of the show, and because that was he forgot that was his girlfriend 7 years ago.
This is
so
true.
He actually went her door, and she like, something wrong with you. He just said, I just wanted to see you, and he was about to walk away, like he was just happy to see her. And she's like, hold on, something wrong with you, like I know you my boyfriend, this and that, something's wrong with you. So she checking up on him, and he went home, and he saw her brother in the park, and he started talking to him like, this is what you can do to prevent yourself from dying in the future, because you and your sister going to die. And he like, for some reason, I know how to control time. Went back into time, but I don't know how I did it, because I originally thought I was going to get hit by a train. I thought I died. So they fast forward to the time he was in the hospital, because I'm like, I thought he died from the train. So they fast forward how he was still alive, and the person, like, he was asking the doctor, like, how did I survive from a train? Some boy come in there, and he like, I'm such and such, and he like, oh, you a brother, so you survived? He said, yeah, you saved my life. You told me 7 years ago you saved my life, and then, bam, the show ends. I was like, yeah, this gonna be it.
So let me ask you a question. So dealing with what we kind of know about time based on other shows, movies, this, that, and third, do you think that there is some type of ripple effect of him saving him
you
or
said
her?
cause and effect type of thing.
So do you think that that's going to outplay or weigh something in the future? That's the question that I have
my
for you.
hypothesis on that, I can't like foreshadow that. Only thing I hope he do save his girlfriend, and I don't know what's that's gonna happen. What's like the butterfly effect?
Exactly.
I don't know what's
the ripple effect, when you drop the water down.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens, but I'm definitely intrigued by that.
It definitely was good. I gave it about a B, but we still don't know a lot about this anime. So I will have to fill it out maybe 3 or 4 episodes in, and then maybe my rank could change, But we'll see.
That's what you think, and that's what I believe.
Hey, tomato.
Now, this show, I'm thinking about like the next lineup that's coming up behind that. That's from the Crunchyroll catalog for spring anime.
Right.
It's 86, and both of us actually saw that. So I'll let you actually go ahead and give a brief summary of what you think about it.
Well, 86, in my personal opinion, it's like a down and gritty Gundam Wing.
I can see that. I definitely can see that.
So
it reminded me of Code Geass a little bit, but you said you haven't seen that, so I'm like, I'm gonna leave that to myself.
Yeah, my back catalog, ashamed for me, is pretty long. So, but 86, pretty much the way that it kind of starts off is you don't know a lot of what's going on. You see this major, and you see her walking around, people talking about what's going on with the droids that are manless, and they're having this war that's supposed to be done in 2 years, and pretty much the whole military kind of be out of a job. So you're like, all right, what's kind of going on here? And they're winning all these fights because of the manless droids, and you see her kind of go to her station, and she hooks up a collar, and she starts pretty much kind of giving out orders, and these manless droids don't seem so manless, and the way that they're treating them as disposable beings, inhumans, and she's taking kind of like, I wouldn't say pity, but just...
She actually care about these people because everybody around them, like it's like 2 different races. They got the people that look down upon, they not seen as humans. Right. They got them controlling the droids like you mentioned. Then you got people that actually like the sergeant and all that stuff, and they give orders to them. And she's the only person that's in that race that really cares.
She's the only one that's in their corner.
She got sympathy for them.
And she gets to take over this group, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see what they can accomplish, because everyone that's taking over this particular group of people in the 86 Squadron, because that's why it's called 86, they end up disappearing, dying, committing suicide, and all these different things. So it's a lot of mystery there. I definitely get some Dark Gundam Wing vibes, so we'll see where it goes. I'm excited for that one particular.
So, sir, you never told me what your grade was for that particular show. You just, tell me a summary. I said grade also.
Well, for a grade, based off what I said, I'm going to give that one a B+. Potentially could be an A, because I felt like that one had a better first episode, better impression for me.
For me, my first impression is still, it is a C. I was kind of confused in the first episode. It was just so much stuff going on at one point in time.
I will agree. It was they're throwing it left and right. Boom, boom, boom.
So I was kind of confused. They said it's gonna be a simul dub coming up with it soon. So I'll probably go rewatch it in dub. But it's a lot of terminology they was using, and it was a lot going on at one time. I'm like, dang, I'm really trying to concentrate and understand what's going on. I was confused. So
yeah,
take it as you please. But for me, I still give it a C. So
I have to. It's certain animes that I will have to agree. I would rather watch them in dub than sub. Like what is it? Magic High School.
Oh, irregular Magic High School.
Yeah, irregular at Magic High School. I think with that type of terminology and everything that's going on, even though I don't believe there's a dub, I think there will be a better anime that is dubbed because of that different terminology, and it's so much going on, and you're trying to grasp all that knowledge in.
So that's what we think about that particular show. My next show I recommend to you guys for the spring catalog would be To Your Eternity. So let me go and give you guys a brief summary because you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. In Another World. Just kidding.
So this guy, it was for some reason I saw the first episode reincarnated as a slime, so it's giving me those vibes a little bit.
Okay.
So is it like a rock that sit there for eternity? It's sit there for a long time and nothing touches it. It's like just effects like snow, rain, and all that stuff, water. And for some
So
reason,
elements of the weather. Gotcha.
yes, that's correct. So a wolf got injured and he walks on it. He walks towards the rock and he dies on it, and the rock literally take form of the wolf. So he became the wolf itself, and he went to the home where the guy was there. It's like a glaze. It's like Antarctica where they at. It's like an isolated Iceland area.
Okay.
So he goes there, and there's one human there, and he's like by himself, isolated and stuff like that. And he's like, I guess the wolf was his pet, and he went there. And he was talking to him. He was saying his name and all something. He was looking like, who are you talking to? You hungry? And he gave him some food. He didn't know how to eat because he was a rock, so he didn't know how to eat nothing. So he like, okay, this how you eat. The human's like, this how you eat. He was showing him how to chew some meat, like, and then he like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. And then the human like, we need to go on an expedition to meet other humans because it was like a whole bunch of people he had in his family that left, and he was trying to meet with them. So he was like, okay, he was on a journey, and he was trying to go meet his people, him and the wolf, like the main character, and they were just on a journey together. And when you're in Iceland, it's a whole bunch of like blizzards and stuff like that going on, and he was like struggling. So he found his people, like they was making rocks and they put like an arrow there, like this way, this is the right direction, go this way, go this way. So he was going there for like 3 days, and the human got injured. His leg got injured. Okay. And he was like, he finally found the ship that people, like the little cart, they was on, they was traveling with, and he saw it, and it was all shattered everywhere. Like he didn't know what to look. He just broke down, started crying like this.
So pretty much he don't know what happened to his family or all these people.
Nope. And so
dead.
Yeah,
okay.
he lost hope, and he was talking to the wolf the whole time. The wolf obviously understood him, but he can't speak back. So he turned around, like just go back to his little home, and then he died there. The little human died, the little boy. So the wolf got right next to him, and he took the form of the human after that.
Oh, this is crazy. I might have to go watch this first episode.
So my grade for that was a B. It was pretty good. It didn't get to A, but it was like, dang, this is actually pretty good. So that's only the first episode. So you can take it as you please, like I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
So what's your next show that you recommend on a spring anime catalog?
So for the spring anime catalog, I always say any anime with a long title has to be good because that title was long and obnoxious.
Go back to your first episode, hypothesis. Any anime with an extended name is pretty good. I don't 100% agree with that all the time, but it does.
I would say they intrigue me because of the why is this name so long? Why is this going on? That's my thing. So I would have to say the next anime that I watched that I would recommend is I've been killing slimes for 300 years. Now I maxed out my level. Yes.
What kind of header is that? Like, what title? Like,
let me repeat that title for you. I've been killing slimes for 300 years. Now I maxed out my level.
So what is that show about, sir?
So it's an isekai, naturally.
Isekai, what's that?
Isekai is an anime where you get reincarnated in another world.
I didn't know it was a genre for that.
Yes, it's a genre for that. Huh. One for me. So it's an isekai anime where a hardworking woman literally works herself to death. And I mean, like, dies in office, doing papers, stacked up, all that good stuff. So she goes, talks to a goddess, and she says, I want to live forever. I want to go to another world, and I want to take it easy because she's been working hard her whole life. She doesn't want to do that anymore. She wants to take it easy. And the goddess says, done. Warps her to another world, gives her a little bit of money and a cottage and a field to you pretty much be self-sustainable. And she goes and she lives in this world. She does her daily routine, finds a village, figures out how to make income by killing these slimes. So she kills 1 or 2 slimes. She said she maps it out. If I kill this many slimes, I can make money to do everything that I need to do and have a nice, easy breezy life. And she does it over and over and over again till she looks up and time has went by and now she's decently wealthy and she goes back into town and the lady says, hey, let me check your stats. Level 300! And yes, she's like super high level, has all the
So she
spells.
OP basically.
Very OP. Like, the lady couldn't believe it, and she tells her keep it a secret, and the lady actually does, but I'm not gonna give the whole thing away.
Grace her.
Someone finds out, and I'll leave it at that.
It's great.
Grade, I give it about C plus, maybe a B, depending on how they take it.
How you was mentioning that story and how you was so excited about it, and I'm like, okay, this man talking about this story pretty long, and I'm like, hold on, is it a B or A class at this point? Because how you
well, it has some interesting qualities. I would say I won't further the grade or hype it up too much until I see more of the story and where is it leading. So I never want to miscalculate my anime.
All right, so you guys, that's it for our spring recommendation. You let us know what you watching for the spring catalog, and let us know. Let's have a dialogue because we want to know what you watching, and basically we want to have a dialogue about it.
And if you have any other recommendations, definitely just let us know down in the comments. If you want to check out the spring catalog for yourself, go to crunchyroll.com
and let us know what you think about it. So for our next topic of this week, we're going to talk about Demon Slayer.
Yes, Demon Slayer.
So Funimation just announced on their Twitter page that they actually pushing out a 3-episode part. So you can basically, it's a summarization of the whole series. So you don't got to watch it from beginning to end. If you want to get into
a recap.
Yeah, basically a recap. So before you even watch the movie, you can get a brief summarization of what's going on with the series, so you can have an idea before you go watch the movie. Because everybody really excited about this movie, myself included.
Well, it's coming to America. It'll be here next week. I'm ready for it. I want to see what's going on because, from my understanding, you have to watch this movie because it's canon and it's going to lead right into the new season. So if you're not watching the movie, you will be confused. So will you guys be watching the movie? Let me know.
Let me know. Yeah, so that's what I think about it this week. Well, Funimation gonna have a 3-part series, like I mentioned. You can check it out. It's obviously gonna be on the streaming platform, so you can just go ahead and go check it out and let us know about it. And like I said, I'm excited for the movie. The movie is gonna be in certain areas. I know certain movie theaters are gonna have it. We got our ticket. I will disclose that, but we all can geek out together.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm excited for the movie. I think Mel's excited for the movie. So
hold on. Now, I just thought about something. Why are we thinking about that? What excites you about the movie anyways? I can tell you what I think about it and what excites me. I get to see one of the top people actually show the dude with the red hair, I don't know his name, but one of the top Demon Slayers. You can actually see him in battle and stuff like that, and you get to see how
yeah, possesses like fire.
Yes. And based on animation for Demon Slayer is top notch.
Yeah.
So I want to see
I just want to see the fight scenes are very intriguing to me.
What are we talking about? Let's talk about the fight scenes in Demon Slayer. Like Demon Slayer be having some lit fight scenes. Like the main fighting scene I'm thinking about is the one when he cut the dude head off and it's playing the music and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember exactly what form he was using, but like he was using the dance form. I think one of his ancestors was taught him, and he was like the whole animation. It was super dope.
I liked it when he went into that fire form. I was like, oh, this is getting crazy. He's like, who knows fire form? Only one person. And, he was like, yeah, I don't know how I figured that out or this, that, and the third.
Yeah, Tanjiro was a beast. I'm like, yeah, Tanjiro was a beast. So our gaming news for this week is going to be concentrated a couple of topics. Our first topic is going to be about the PS5 update. Have you updated your PS5 yet?
I have not updated my PS5 yet. What am I looking forward to?
So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a brief couple of bullet points of what's going on with the PS5 updates. A couple of quality of life updates, and it definitely needed it. So first thing first, you can save your store your PS5 games on an external hard drive. That's number one.
Yeah. But you cannot play them from the hard drive. You have to transfer them back, correct?
Obviously, because next gen games run with the SSD in mind. They have to meet a certain read and write speeds to actually perform.
But that's nice just to have that extra space. And I heard that some of the correct me if I'm wrong. I heard that some of the games you can move select parts of the game. You don't have to move the whole game itself.
Yeah, you can move
the campaign.
Yes, you can move multiplayer. Yeah, even another thing is like it's good to have that on an external hard drive because it saves you got a data cap from your ISP, your internet provider. You can, instead of using that paying over or going over your data cap, you can just transfer it to your hard drive and then transfer it back when you're ready to play it. You understand, PlayStation have a lot of single player games, so that's very needed. And then the next thing they actually have is just a lot of quality of life stuff. Like I mentioned, like when you just go to like the main screen and you want to upload your save out, you can just press start, the options button, and you can automatically put everything into the cloud. It's very simple now. Another thing they actually ask is quick access to trophies, because when you first got your PS5, you have to go through like 3 to 4 different menus to access your trophies. So now you can just hit one button and it'll take you directly to your trophies. It will let you know the hidden trophies and everything like that. So it's just a lot of quality life stuff. And on top of that, they also separated the party from the friend list now. You know, when we first started playing the PS5,
yeah, it was a little confusing.
Yeah, it was all integrated into one.
Right.
So now they have a separate list. So you have the friend list and you have everybody going on, all your friend lists, what they doing, stuff like that. And on top of that, when you play on PS4 or PS5, they actually tell you, okay, he's on PS4, he's on PS5, even if they're at the main screen. Because the main screen, it used to be blank.
Tell you.
Yeah, it used to be blank. So it tells you that. And then on top of that, you can like invite people to parties. Parties is different. Friend list is different. So I'm like, it's definitely much fleshed out more. And the main update I like the most, because me and my friend was trying it, you can actually share play PS4 and PS5.
I heard they can actually pretty much trial run the PS5 on the PS4.
Yes.
They can kind of, like, when they're available, obviously, they could think about maybe getting one or getting that game or something like that.
No, obviously, the DualSense play a huge role into the experience of playing on PS5. So you still not gonna get the full experience, but you still get to play a PS5 game technically for free if your friend allow you to. So you like, okay, let's play Demon Souls. Demon Souls only on PS5.
Right.
So I'm like, let me try Demon Souls. I only got PS4. I'm thinking about getting a PS5. Let me try it out. So you can invite them to share play, and they will be playing Demon Souls as native PS5 almost.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Because you try share play out when we were playing Spider-Man Miles Morales, and it's pretty good, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, it's no lag. It's pretty smooth. So I'm like,
Miles Morales was a good game. I think we both 100%ed
Yeah,
that. All trophies.
Yeah,
not to brag.
I had platinum that, and then another fix they also put is, don't quote me on this. It's not 100%, but when do you own any CDs on your hard copy games for PS5?
I do.
Okay, you know how loud it gets sometimes when you spin the disc and it gets extremely loud?
Yeah, it makes you kind of scared.
So they fixed that speed, that sound. So, when you watching Netflix and you got a CD or anything you're doing, your PS5 is idle, and out of nowhere, it just start spinning a CD.
Right.
I think they fixed that. That's one of the updates. They said a lot of people have been reporting. So that's another one that's really good. So the PS5 updates, a lot of quality of life. And then I was watching a lot of YouTube videos lately, and a lot of people think, well, PS5 should have been pushed that back. These features should have been out of the gate. And I was thinking, I'm like, hold on. Anytime a new system come out, that goes for Xbox 360, the Xbox One, PS4.
There's always, stuff that's always...
It's going to be bare bones.
Exactly. And, I'm glad that they listen to the public, that they take these things into consideration, and that they try their best to get it out when they can. Because there's no sense in rushing updates if they have work or you're not sure about them or they're buggy, because then you'll complain that this is broken my,
Yeah.
Like that one update that was bricking PS4s, but
Yeah, like I still was remembering how the PS4 came out, and that didn't also have external hard drive support.
It did not.
Until like mid-life cycle.
Exactly.
So I'm like pushing the PS5 back because of its features is bare bones. I'm like, if they push it back, they still was gonna come out with the same features, and we still have to wait even longer. In my personal opinion.
The product still did great, so I don't see what the problem is. But hey, that's neither here nor there.
And then you got people talking about it's gonna be a high failure rate. That's why I didn't get one now. I'm like, okay, these these consoles nowadays like mid-tier PCs. Like, come on now, like they are built to last way longer now.
Exactly.
So I'm like, say what you want. You just upset that you couldn't get one. It's fine. I understand. But because the reason why it's such a shortage in consoles for PS5 and Xbox?
Tell us.
Because the CPU that's built in it is used in automobiles now. So like there's so many different products that use the same CPU, it basically become a shortage. So it's not just having COVID play a part in it. The CPU is already a shortage already, so it's gonna be a while. I really thought PS5 was gonna be better.
Almost maybe sometime next year.
2022, yes. It's gonna be 2022.
That's the rumor I heard.
I first originally thought it was going to be spring.
Spring this year, yeah. Right around this time.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a surplus to come through, everybody get what they want, call it a day. But no, based on that CPU shortage, it's gonna cause a shortage until 2022. So it's gonna be a while before people can just walk into a store and buy a next gen console. That's even that also goes for the next gen, GPUs for PCs also.
Yeah, I noticed that those, like, when those come, they sell out very fast.
So that's the PS5 update. If you let me know if you guys updated, you update your PS5. Let us know what you think about it. Let us know. Do you think the PS5 update was actually a good one?
Do you think it was worth the update?
Yeah,
That's pretty much what it comes down to. Was it worth it?
But in my personal opinion, I think it definitely did a lot of quality of life that it was definitely needed.
I'll let you know next week. I'll let you know next week.
It's definitely worth it.
Well, do you guys play Warzone at all? If so, I saw it on Twitter. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was a bit of a message, if you will, that had the date 4/21/21. So a lot of people are hypothesizing that there will be a new map dealing with the Cold War in Warzone. So,
pause. I'm not even gonna hold you up. Why didn't you get Cold War? Because it's actually not bad. It's actually not a bad game. In my personal opinion, I think it's pretty good for multiplayer. But you said I'm not buying any more Call of Duty games, and I'm like, dude.
well, the last couple of them have failed tremendously. So I thought that I would take it. It's kind of like why people don't really buy 2K.
Well, 2K is totally different. Like Cold War, you buy it, it doesn't nickel and dime you. It does have, it's in moments when you have to buy weapons and stuff like that. But it's
weapons.
But it doesn't give.
It doesn't buy maps.
It does not. It does not give you a competitive advantage in multiplayer though. 2K give you a competitive.
No, it doesn't give you a competitive advantage. But
I like it. And then the maps, they kind of do recycle some of the maps from like Black Ops and all that stuff.
Oh, they definitely recycle a lot of maps to make you repay for them. So.
No, it's all included. It's all included. It's not. You don't have to pay for a season pass anymore like that. It's all included inside the game, so it's free. So I like Cold War. I actually don't play it as much, but I think it was definitely worth the money. You play Warzone, huh?
Oh, it's free. I think that everyone will agree with me in the comments. Free games, you can't really complain about a free game. I mean, you could, but it was free.
So if Warzone had competitive game modes like Apex, would you be more into it?
Well, Warzone does have competitive game modes like Apex.
Do they pay you like they pay Apex players?
I'm not particularly sure. I know they do host tournaments, so I can't really speak on that. But I know Apex does. So, and I just like Apex makes you think a lot more, a little bit more fast paced in some aspects. And the 3-man teams and the use of abilities.
Like I said in the first episode, I cannot get into Apex. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. And for me, I love Warzone because you got multiple options. You can play the one game mode that you keep coming back to life as long as your team is still
Resurrection?
alive. As long as your team is still alive. Or you play regular Warzone when you die and you go into the gulag.
Or Resurgence, I think.
Yeah, you go in the gulag and you can fight your way back out. Apex, you ain't having none of that. And also I don't know none of the guns in Apex. All the guns in Warzone, all realistic guns. So I'm like, obviously I know what an AK is. Also I know what all SMGs are. So it's a total ball game. It's a total different ball game for me.
So you like the realism?
Yeah, I can keep up easy. I can track all that stuff, what's going on, and then
tomato.
I don't gotta worry about picking what hero I am and have special abilities and all that stuff. I can just be a regular human and do what I need to do. So me personally, he's an Apex player. I'm all the way.
Hey, shout out to all my Apex players. We like it over here. So I play a little Warzone, but hey, all my buddies I play with, shout out to you guys.
Whatever you say.
Last story of the day. Cyberpunk. Is anyone still playing it, really?
Yeah. Are you still playing Cyberpunk? Because they keep putting out these updates and hot fix. They got a little templing going on and said they're going to put all these updates. And I'm like, you can do that, but you really think people going to come back to your game?
Well,
do you think people going to actually go back and play Cyberpunk?
I would say for me personally, once they come out with the next gen update, I might give it a try.
And by the time that update is released, it'll be 2022. So you'll be playing Cyberpunk by 2022.
Hey, it's gonna be in my back catalog like a lot of other games. But the reason why we ask is Cyberpunk has come out with yet another patch, 1.2.1.
And what do it address, sir?
It addresses the sandstorms that randomly happen in the game, so that won't be a thing. Yes, I said sandstorms.
So out of all the bugs that's going on with the game, did you see the AI for like the cops and all that stuff that people was putting out there on YouTube and how dumb the cops operate on that game? Like you putting your focus in the wrong directions
Well,
for when it comes to patches.
well, they saying that the sandstorm was hindering the gameplay. So they said that they also fixed some of the gameplay stability and some of the progression. So they're saying the sandstorms weren't letting you progress further in the story. I don't know how true that is because, again, I've yet to play it. I'm just here to report it.
Yeah, you let us know if you guys even thinking about going back to Cyberpunk. Like I said, and like he said, we're not going back into next gen patches are released. I Like I said in the first episode, I was ecstatic that when I first saw the first preview, but now like I'm over it.
I was sold on the dream, but I think
totally over
everyone's
it.
past that now.
Totally over it. So I think that wraps up this week's podcast. I'm Master Mill.
I'm Nightman.
And we thank you guys for joining us. See you guys next week.
We appreciate it.
We are out.
Out of here.